Okay, so today, guys, I've actually got a bit of news about Terraria for you. Now, normally, I've covered stuff like this in the past where it came to like 1.4 update, but something pretty major has happened in like the kind of like with Terraria recently, and I would say it might just affect the game in the future, especially for anybody who plays on Android. Anyway, I'm just gonna get right into it. Um, Basically, what has happened recently, if you haven't noticed, the Relogic account had the YouTube account has actually been suspended. It just, for some reason, has basically locked them, the official like owners of Terraria, out of their account. I mean, they can't upload, delete, or do anything with their videos. So even if they like were to make another game or update, they would have nowhere to put it. And of course, that causes issues in the future because, well, they are technically a company in a way, and they have tried reaching out to Google, um, and they've not really had much of a response. They have got the kind of automated responses you will get, basically just a bot answering you to tell you the small amount of detail, but like not really an actual person, which I feel like is pretty major, especially as recently. If you don't know, Google Stadia had been working with Terraria to bring Terraria to Google Stadia, which of course means there's going to be a small issue there because then they won't be able to do it, especially if they've locked out. And it's not just the YouTube account they're suspended from, their Gmail account's also suspended. So communications of obviously going to have some issues there. And after the Terraria official YouTube, not YouTube, Twitter account tried reaching out to YouTube again, they didn't really get any much response, just the standardized bot response. And the issue is that, of course, there's going to be many issues, especially as like Google's working with them. They're essentially like partners in developing something, and Google hasn't bothered to actually do anything. Especially as as I said, they're working on Google Stadia, which means evidently there were a lot of people around, like Relogic and people making Terraria for it, actually able to be able to help them. So they were working like officially with Google, which then brings up more issues because then that means Google hasn't bothered. And Andrew himself, which is the basically original maker of Terraria, actually reached out on Twitter to YouTube and stated that he has been locked out of his Gmail for of like which he's had for over 15 years. And of course, as you know, YouTube and Gmail. And he's actually been unable to access one of his Google Drives, which he uses, and he's lost uh, many dollars in like app purchases on Google stores because, of course, then he's locked out, which means they're having a few issues. By a few, I mean a hell of a lot because there's a lot to unpack here. Um, and it does seem a bit odd that Google are working with them and just have decided to completely blank it. And that resulted in Andrew Spinks saying that he will actually no longer support Terraria with associated with Google moving forward, which means there'll be no Google on Stadia. I don't know anybody who uses Stadia, but if they do, then maybe they were really looking forward to this, just because I would personally enjoy it, and maybe it would be the way they would want to experience it, which then also like has an issue. but it's going to affect people on Android most likely. Has if you don't know, you can the way you install updates and Terraria itself is through the App Store, which is owned by Google, and they would no longer be able to actually post to that. So even if they did make an update or game again, it wouldn't be given like in a way to the App Store. Um, I don't have too much more information on this other than Andrew Spinks did end up just saying that this feels like they've tried to burn a bridge, and he has said consider it burnt. And as I said, that led up to him saying he's no longer going to be working with Google, which it seemed kind of logical because people have reached out and it seems very major, especially as like the issue is Google hasn't bothered again. Like Google has sat there, and Andrew has said, "Nah, he will not be working with people who treat their partners so little." And I can understand why you'd be quite angry there. Uh, but I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I don't have too much more to say on this topic. I just want to bring it up since it felt very major, and I have covered Terraria in the past, and I do plan to do more in the future. Anyway, sorry for this kind of a bit more different drama kind of focused video. Uh, I hope you all having a great day and do have a great day or great night. And for now, I've been Hypes, and I would like to say goodbye.